The Ugly Duckling. Among the reeds near a river, a mother duck was sitting on her eggs, waiting for them to hatch. At last the day came when the first baby duck appeared. "Quack!" it said as it popped out of the shell. 10 other ducklings came out of their eggs that day, but one very big egg was left. Mother duck had to wait many more days before the egg cracked open. Out came the last duckling. He was bigger than the others. Worst of all, he was ugly. Mother duck wondered how he looked so different from all the others, but she still believed he belonged to her family. So she took him and the other ducklings to the river. They all jumped into the water and swam around happily. "So he must be really a duck after all," she said. Everyone thought the other ducklings were cute and pretty, but they kept saying how big and ugly was the last one. And so they called him the Ugly Duckling. Because of how he looked, the other ducks pecked and pushed at him. No one wanted to play with him. The duckling was very unhappy, so he flew away to another part of the river. There he met some geese. One of them said, "You're so ugly, but we don't mind that too much. We're going to look for food. Want to come with us?" The duckling did not know what else to do, so he followed them. As soon as they got to the marshes and began to eat, they heard shotguns. There were hunters everywhere, shooting at the geese. The duckling was so frightened that he hid in the marshes until the hunters were gone. Quickly he ran away into the forest until he came to a tumble-down cottage. There lived an old woman, a cat and a hen. When the old woman saw the duckling, she thought he would be of some use to her, so she let him stay. The hen asked the duckling, "Can you lay eggs?" "No," he said. Then the cat asked, "Can you purr like me?" "No," said the duckling. "Then what use are you? You'd better keep to yourself as long as you're here." The duckling went and sat in a corner. He was feeling sad again. The next day he asked the cat, "Do you ever feel like swimming?" "What would I want to do that for?" he asked. "But it's so nice to float on the water and to dive down to the bottom and feel the water all over your head," said the duckling. "Where do you get such silly ideas?" the hen asked. "This is just the kind of nonsense a numbskull would say. I see you are not thankful for being here. You'd better find somewhere else to stay then," the cat said. So off went the duckling until he found a river where he could swim and dive all day. It was wonderful. But he was still alone. One evening, a flock of big handsome birds came by. The duckling had never seen such beautiful birds before. Their feathers were dazzling white, and they had very long necks. They were swans, but the duckling did not know this. He watched them as they spread their lovely wings and flew off into the sky. The duckling wished he was like them, but he was only an ugly duckling. He could never be so beautiful. When winter came, a farmer saw how cold he was and took him home to his family. But the duckling was always messing up things, so they asked him to leave. He flew away again and stayed by another river until it was springtime. There he was until one day he saw 3 swans come by. He watched them and longed to be with them, so he decided to join them on the river. He was tired of being alone, and the worst that could happen was they would drive him away like all the other creatures. The duckling swam out to the swans He waited for them to do or say something horrible to him, but to his surprise, the swans swam around him and stroked him with their beaks. The duckling could not believe this was happening. They did not see how ugly he was. Then he saw a picture of himself in the water. He looked just like them. He was a swan and not a duck. No wonder he did not fit in with the ducks, because all along he was a swan. His egg must have got mixed up with those belonging to Mother Duck. He was so happy. He flapped his wings and cawed loudly. The ugly duckling had become a beautiful swan. If only the others could see him now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel if you like this video.